Hi, good day everyone. Now let's review general education from actual questions from last September 2023. So this is Teacher Josh. So this is part 2. Okay, let's go. So the first question is the Philippine legislature has two chambers. This setup is known as bicameral, unicameral, multilateral, or bilateral. So we must be familiar in our government. Okay, so this is very important. So the answer is bicameral. Bicameral means is that Congress has two houses, the House of Representatives and the Senate. So the upper house is the Senate and the lower house is the House of Representatives. Okay, question number 2. The right to demand the presence of the accused is the right invoked in A. Writ of amparo, B. Writ of habeas data, writ of habeas corpus, or writ of mandamus. So right to demand the presence. So that's the keyword. So the answer is writ of habeas corpus. A writ of habeas corpus is used to bring a prisoner or other detainee before the court to determine if the person's imprisonment or detention is lawful. So we must be familiar with our legal cases, yung ano natin, mga right natin. So the answer for question number 2 is writ of habeas corpus. Writ of amparo, right to life, live, and liberty. So that's the definition of writ of amparo, writ of habeas corpus about data. Writ of mandamus, okay, search na lang kayo sa writ of mandamus. Number 3, moralists write literary pieces that inform and teach moral lesson with which is called A. Didactic, historical, C. Lyric, or D. Autobiographical. So our keyword here is teach moral lesson. So the answer is didactic. Didacticism is defined as the type of literature that is meant to instruct or teach something. Textbooks are of course didactic, as are recipe books, fables, parables, and instructional manuals. So the answer is didactic. Number 4, famous composer from Angono who was declared as a national artist. So dapat familiar din tayo sa mga artists natin. Is it A. Cayabyab, B. Senisal, C. San Pedro, or D. Buenaventura? National artist from Angono Rizal. So the answer is San Pedro. Angono is the hometown of two national artists, Lucio San Pedro for music and Carlos Botong Francisco for visual arts. So wala naman tinanong doon kung national artist ng music or visual arts. Pero wala naman sa choices si Carlos Botong Francisco. So ang answer natin is si Lucio San Pedro for music. Number 5, some animals are capable of learning. This is the lowest form of learning called A. Tutoring, B. Perceiving, C. Conditioning, or D. Responding. So the answer is conditioning. One of the simplest types of learning is called classical conditioning. Classical conditioning is based on a stimulus, producing a response from the animal. So, yung mga sa classical conditioning, sina Pavlov, Skinner, yan, gumamit sila ng animals. Okay, question number 6. Antonio de Morga, in his book Sucesos de las Islas Filipinas, noted that the Asian Filipinos had navy and army artillery and other weapons of warfare richly ornamented with iron and steel, All these point to the fact that before the Spanish came, the early Filipino has their own A culture, B history, C houses, or D crops. So the best answer is culture. By publishing his annotated version of Morga's Sucesos de las Islas Filipinas, Rizal's intent was not only to provide the Filipino people their early history, a pre-Spanish history, but to present to them their own authentic culture and identity. So, inannotate ni Rizal yung book ni Antonio de Morga na Sucesos de las Islas Filipinas to identify our own culture. Number 7, Gabriela Silang is to Diego Silang as Gregoria de Jesus is to A. Emilio Aguinaldo, B. Apolinario Mabini, C. Andres Bonifacio, or D. Emilio Jacinto. So, sino ang wife or husband ni Gregoria de Jesus? So, the answer is Andres Bonifacio. Also known as Oryang or Lacambino to revolutionists, Gregoria de Jesus was the spouse of Andres Bonifacio and later on Julio Nakpil, nung namatay si Bonifacio, and was the founder and vice president of the women's chapter of the Katipunan. So Andres Bonifacio, Gregoria de Jesus. Number 8, arrange the most dangerous to least dangerous. Pollution, climate change, loss of habitat, alien species. So dito ako nahirapan. Dito ako matagal nag-analyze na question. Loss of habitat, alien species, pollution, climate change. Letter B, pollution, climate change, loss of habitat, or alien species. Letter C, climate change, pollution, loss of habitat, alien species. Letter D, alien species, pollution, climate change, or loss of habitat. Yan. So, talagang gagamit ka dito ng critical thinking. Ano yung pinaka most dangerous sa habitat ng mga animals? So, based on research, the most dangerous is loss of habitat, alien species, pollution, and then the last is climate change. So, ayon sa pag-aaral, ito yung result ng kanilang pag-aaral. Focusing on dominant threats, the percentage of species for which a given threat was the main factor pushing them toward extinction was as follows. Habitat destruction, 71.3%, overexploitation, 7.4%, invasives or yung alien species, 6.8%, pollution, 4.7%, climate change and weather is only 1.8%. So, invasive alien species are the second biggest cause of loss of biodiversity in the world, according to the United Nations Development Program (UNDP). They act as predators, compete for food, hybridize with native species, introduce parasites and diseases. So, this is based on sa pag-aaral nila. Okay, number 9, orangutan, chimpanzee, and gorilla are classified as A. Primates, B. Predators, C. Monkey, or D. Chordates. So the answer is primates. Primates means a member of the most developed and intelligent group of mammals, including humans, monkeys, and apes. So, math. Number 10, the equation of the line with equal coordinates is A, 1 equals 3x, B, y equals x, C, x plus y equals 0, or D, y equals negative x. So, which of these shows equal coordinates? So, the answer is y equals x. If x equals y, x and y are almost equal. 11. Maghapon at magdamag na nagbasa ng aklat at halain si Ginang Lianya. Ang panaguri sa pangungusap ay A. Ginyang Lanya, B. Maghapon, C. Magdamag, D. Nagbasa. So, ang tinatanong dito ang panaguri. Panaguri. Ano yung panaguri sa pangungusap? So, the answer is nagbasa. Ano ba yung panaguri? Panaguri is the Filipino word for predicate. It is the part of the sentence that talks about the subject and usually has a verb and or an adjective. So, panaguri, predicate. Yan. So, si Ginang Lianya ay nagbasa. Kaya yung panaguri natin ay nagbasa. Okay. Nakita na yung answer. Number 12. The stage actress who brought fame to her country through her international awards for her stage performance was A. Sara Geronimo, B. Lea Salonga, C. Nora Honor, D. Sharon Cuneta. So internationally, because of her stage performance was, of course, Lea Salonga. Multi-award winning actress and singer Lea Salonga is renowned across the world for her powerful voice and perfect pitch. Lea is best known for her Tony Award winning role in Miss Saigon. So Lea Salonga known internationally for his perfect pitch and powerful voice. So 13. Governor General Narciso Claveria was the one who ordered a founding of Union Obrera Democratica, use of Spanish surnames Five Filipinos, C. Resettlement of Filipino communities in Cabeceras, or D. Tobacco Monopoly. So, saan kilala si Governor General Narciso Claveria? So, the answer is use of Spanish surnames Five Filipinos. On November 21, 1849, then Governor General Narciso Claveria issued a decree to adopt a standardized Filipino names and surnames. Through the so-called Claveria Decree, he issued a list of family names in alphabetical order which were based on a catalog of Spanish surnames. So Claveria, Spanish surnames. 14. The first Philippine president from Ilocos region was Elpidio Quirino, Ferdinand Marcos, Manuel Rojas, or Rodrigo Duterte. So the keyword is first. First Philippine president from Ilocos. So the answer is Elpidio Quirino. So three modern presidents of the Republic of the Philippines hailed from the Ilocos region. First, Elpidio Quirino, second, Ferdinand Marcos, and third, Fidel Ramos. So tatlo pala ang galing sa Ilocos. Pero ang tanong, sino yung first? Kaya ang answer is Elpidio Quirino. 15. Who was the first national artist in painting? Fernando Amorsolo, Juan Luna, Napoleon Abueva, Hernando Ocampo. So mahilig ang PRC sa first. First national artist in painting. Okay, so the answer is Fernando Amorsolo. Fernando Amorsolo E. Cueto was the Philippines' first national artist and is officially recognized as the Grand Old Man of Philippine art. So the answer is Fernando Amorsolo. Okay, 16. Since most of organisms consume more than one type of animal or plant or consume both, the transfer of matter and energy intertwine into A. Food chain, B. Food web, C. Food chain, nadoble yung food chain, or D. Food producer. So, wala na yung food chain. Kasi nadoble sa choices. Okay, so ang keyword natin dito is intertwine. Okay, so the answer is food web. Both a food chain and a food web show the transfer of energy through an ecosystem from autotrophs to final consumers. However, they have a number of differences. A food chain only shows one path of energy transfer, whereas a food web shows the interactions of all the energy pathway in the ecosystem. So, nag-intertwine sila. So, the answer is the food web. 17. Stories in which animals are the main characters who teach moral lessons are called A. Myth, B. Epic, C. Fables, D. Riddles. So, related din siya kay Aesop. Okay, so the answer is fables. Fable, a narrative form usually featuring animals that behave and speak as human beings. told in order to highlight human follies and weaknesses. A moral or lesson for behavior is woven into the story and often explicitly formulated at the end. So the answer is fable. Okay, 18. All of the following are example of conduction except ironing of clothes, ice melting in hands, rain falling from clouds, heat transfer in solid. So sa part 1, na-discuss na rin yung about conduction. Okay, so the answer is C, rain falling from clouds. So these are the examples of conduction. Ironing of clothes is an example of conduction where the heat is conducted from the iron to the clothes. Heat is transferred from hands to ice cube, resulting in the melting of an ice cube when held in hands. Heat conduction through the sand at the beaches. This can be experienced during summer. So these are the examples of conduction, transferring of heat. 19. Bernadette's aquarium has length, width, and height of 10 cm, 8 cm, and 6 cm respectively. Its volume is 72 cm, 24 cm, 480 cm, or 240 cm. So, dapat familiar din tayo sa mga formula. Formula ng square, rectangle, circle. Volume ng square, rectangle, circle, perimeter. Okay. So, ang tinatanong naman dito, volume ng rectangle. Ano ba yung formula ng volume ng rectangle? So, the answer is 480 centimeter. You can calculate the volume of a rectangle by volume equals length times width times height. It is an equation that is used to calculate the volume of a rectangle. So, we just multiply 10 times 8 times 6 equals 480. Okay. Okay. Last question, which are the prime factors of 56? A, 742, 722, 78, or 1422? Okay, so the answer is 722. So, factors of 56 by prime factorization. So, ito yung isang technique na gagawa tayo ng prime factorization. Okay, so ano ba yung factorization ng 56, 7, and 8. Tapos i-factor natin yung 8, 2, and 4. Tapos i-factor natin yung 4, 2. Ang lalabas is 2 and 2. So the answer is 7, 2, 2, 2, 2. Okay, so that's it. Thank you for watching and please like and subscribe. Bye-bye!